Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Barroom Boys. I'm Johnny Mondo here with Beav and Hodska. Today we're going to be recapping UFC, talking about the Raiders' so-called deal they had in place, looking at Marcell Ozuna's arrest, plus a bunch of other fun little segments that we have planned out. So, boys, how was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good. I'm in Gainesville now. I feel like I'm in a different location for every podcast, at least for like the last 2 weeks. But I moved into my new apartment. It's very spacious. I'm waiting on a few more things to come in to kind of fill the room.
You want to get a quick tour?
You want an apartment tour for the podcast?
Let's get an apartment tour.
Shoot. All right. Let me start at the front door. So let me see. All right. It's gonna be weird because I got the camera. So this is when you walk in.
Yeah.
Got my bathroom to the left. Let me turn the light on in here. We got a nice little bathroom.
Nice.
Then we're gonna walk into the bedroom. For those listening, not on YouTube, it's a pretty empty bedroom. My bed's not even made. It's my desk area, and then here it's a hallway leading out to the balcony. I got my golf clubs right here. Here's my kitchen. Probably the nicest part of the apartment.
That's a nice kitchen.
Fully stocked everything. And then my TV, my couch where I'm doing the pod, and then here's my nice little balcony. There's some deer out there right now. Y'all probably can't see. But yeah, that's my apartment. I'm not gonna give anybody the address. But I do live in the same apartment complex as a lot of Gator football players, including quarterback Anthony Richardson. So maybe I'll see him around and try to get him on the pod.
Yeah.
Definitely a move.
That's hype.
Hod, how was your weekend?
It's pretty action packed. Friday night, I had my first fantasy draft of the year. Went pretty
Very
well.
cool.
I'm pretty happy with my team.
Who'd you pick?
So I had the first pick for, I think, the first time I've ever had the first pick in the 14 years I've been doing fantasy football. So I got JT.
Nice.
Fournette. You got Keenan Allen. I got Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, TJ Hawkinson, DK Metcalf, Elijah Mitchell, Russell Wilson, just to name a few. And then I got some scrubs that
Nice.
round. So
Not a bad roster. Do you think it's good to have like multiple drafts going into the later drafts, or do you think it's better to just go in with like a fresh start? Like, because you think if you've already drafted like two teams for two other leagues,
yeah.
Third draft, like, are you overthinking it? Or are you trying to pick the same team? Like,
Yeah.
more than like two leagues at once.
Yeah, I'm usually in like 3 leagues. Try to keep it like between 3 leagues and sometimes 4 leagues. But we usually do this draft just because like a lot of us, like it's pretty like mixed in terms of my friends doing 5th years or going into their senior year. So we tried to do the draft like in person, like live draft with like a sticker board and stuff. So that was like the best available time to do it before everyone like went kind of their separate ways. It is pretty early. I mean, like last year we did the same thing in this league, and I drafted J.K. Dobbins in the 3rd round, who tore his ACL like a week later.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, I don't know if you just guys got the alert, but he's like has like a calf injury or a hamstring injury, and he's out the rest of preseason, so that can linger. And my friend took him in like I think the 4th round. So
Michael Thomas in the 4th round is bold, to say the least.
Yeah, he was it was a questionable decision by one of my boys, but
that's like one of those picks where like they go up to the board and like everybody's just trying to either stay quiet or not laugh.
Yeah. There were a couple of those picks. Like my friend one of my boys didn't pick a second running back until the 8th round. So his RB2 was Rashad Penny, which is kind of funny. But yeah, there were a couple of those picks, but you never know with injuries and stuff. So I'm not doing another draft until like around Labor Day. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think the plan right now is we're gonna be hosting a draft special for one of our episodes. It's gonna
Yeah.
basically include like almost all the personalities from Big Dog Media. So yeah, if you're watching, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. We got some pretty dumb motherfuckers in our little group that'll definitely
There are a
be
lot
fucking
of
up this draft.
outlandish, questionable picks and
Oh
some of the
yeah.
hottest takes of fantasy.
So get excited for that. That should happen within the next week and a half or so. We'll see what kind of happens with it. But yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah. But then
That'll be
otherwise,
fun.
had a wedding yesterday. Just
A
chill.
wedding.
Yeah. My
Wow.
cousin got married.
Very
That's when you
cool.
know you're getting old.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to a couple weddings so far in my 22 or 21 years on earth. But this one kind of hit because it's like a cousin that's kind of like necessarily kind of closer to me in age, because my other cousins, they're like now like 34 and 35, and I was like in like 12 and 13 when they were getting married. So this one, my cousin's like 27, so that's kind of like the same age range. So
Mhm.
that kind of is different, but the free bar was nice. I will admit that. I took
Gotta
advantage.
love it. You have a +1 to the wedding, or you just read yourself?
No, it was just my family.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
plus ones or anything like that. So just chill.
Well,
Kind of a low
so
key. It was kind of like a small low key wedding too. It was kind of just like
mhm.
family, and then the because my cousin is a female, the husband's like family and cousins, and then like just like kind of the friends that were there were just kind of the friends that were in their wedding party. So it was kind of small. So
Sounds like both you had some pretty productive weekends.
yeah.
How was your weekend, Mondo?
It was a weekend. I didn't really do much. I got back from my girlfriend's place Saturday morning, basically slept the entire weekend away, and then woke up with a migraine this morning. So if you're watching this, welcome to the flu game episode. I'm gonna be pushing through, can barely keep my eyes open, but we're gonna get this done. So don't worry.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Great to me.
it's a great weekend. Great
Yeah.
fucking weekend. All right. So I guess one of the biggest things that came out of this weekend was the UFC event. Beav, I know you really wanted to talk about it. Obviously, there was some crazy fights that happened, including a big KO for Usman. But he got knocked the fuck out. That was crazy to see. But I'll let you guys take it away.
Yeah, I mean, Usman, what a shock. Got
That was-
knocked out very late. Joe Rogan's reaction pretty much said it all.
Mhm.
He was
Yeah.
flipping out, as he always does. I
Well, the
mean,
crazy part about that fight is, so Usman has never been, let alone knocked out, but let alone even, he's never like been taken down before. That was just the first time that someone ever scored a takedown against Kamaru Usman, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I mean that summed up.
Look at this man, bro.
I mean
Yeah.
that was a mean.
Usman was slumped, bro.
his eyes
Yeah.
were wide open too. That was the scariest part.
Yeah,
That was
I don't think he ever
horrifying.
closed his eyes.
yeah. I mean, and it was
Pretty
a
much
really
saw the
good
whole
fight
thing.
even before that, because it was a 4th round knockout. So
Where was the Gronk one? There was a Gronk one around here. I'll find it though.
Yeah, I mean, and other fighting news, Anthony Joshua lost.
yeah,
I mean, his career is
questionable.
questionable, to say the least. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens to him next, but
Yeah, I saw Tyson Fury wanted to fight both. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but Usyk, or however you say it,
I believe it's Usyk.
Usyk and Joshua in the same night, which I thought was pretty funny.
He also wants to fight Thor Bjornsson, the
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Thor, you're probably gonna get dropped, but be a good fight, be entertaining as shit.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys watched the Gronk like kind of production for the fight,
Mhm.
but there was big news revealed on there. So Dana White was talking, just shooting the shit. He revealed that Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were supposed to go to the Raiders back in 2020. And Gruden basically just said, I don't really want to do that. I like Derek Carr. We don't really want you guys here.
Yeah.
So there's a couple ways to look at it. First, Brady and Gronk would never have worked on the Raiders. I mean, that just made no sense. But the second is, if the Raiders don't lose a fucking pick for this, I'm going to be pissed, bro. Because that's also tampering. So I don't know what the situation here is, but the NFL needs to take a fucking look at this. And I'm not going to rest until they do.
Well, where's the tampering?
Yeah. Where's the tampering?
Gronk wasn't a free agent. Gronk wasn't a free agent. So it's tampering.
Yeah, but Gronk is just going to be.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Almost...
Does not matter. Doesn't matter. We tried to get a coach.
I mean,
Tom
Gronk
Brady cancels out.
Lions.
No, it doesn't matter.
Wasn't Gronk? Wait, how was he not a free agent? Wasn't he retired?
He was retired. He wasn't a free agent.
Yeah, but you could come out of You could come out of retirement and then you
play for whoever you want.
But he would still have been under contract. The Patriots traded Gronk to the Bucks.
Okay, but they still could have done the same thing. If Gronk comes out of retirement, then they could have just been like, I want to go to the Raiders, and then
the Dolphins tried to do that too, but we had to get in trouble for it. So I think the Raiders should too.
Well, the Dolphins' involvement with Tom Brady
was
with regards to talks were way more in depth than
and suspect.
I mean,
also Dana White releasing this, and I don't know how trustworthy Dana White is when it comes to leaking NFL knowledge.
Tom Brady was shopping for houses. They were talking the talks were in depth. It was literally like a handshake agreement that Tom Brady and Gronk were going to the Raiders. That in my eyes is tampering. The NFL should be on the Raiders' ass because I don't agree with the Dolphins being the only one getting in trouble for this shit. When I said on that podcast that every team was trying to go after Tom Brady, I was not fucking lying. And this is proof of it. So the Raiders should get hit with the punishment too. That's my stance on this. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Well, I to be honest, I don't know how much of this story is actually true. I don't know how involved Gronk and Brady were.
Yeah, it seems like if Gruden didn't allow it and was like, "Oh, I want to stick with Carr," then I don't know if a handshake agreement would have even been possible.
Yeah, but Flores didn't allow it either, and we still got in trouble for it.
Yeah, I mean, in the scenario right now, just more facts need to come out besides the Dana White stuff. It's like a bunch of stuff came out in Miami.
Yeah, no, we need to hear from Gruden.
Yeah.
$100 million.
I'm pretty sure Gronk confirmed it yesterday, on the broadcast.
Yeah, but Gronk was also hammered on the podcast. Did you look at him?
I mean, yeah, but still, the Raiders should be punished to some extent for this because we can't be playing favorites here. The Dolphins lost a lot of shit because of this. The Raiders should too. It's fucking ridiculous.
You lost a first round pick when you already have 2 this upcoming draft. It's not.
Yeah, but let's say, I'm part of 2 and on. Let's say Tua doesn't work out. Well, now we don't have our first round pick. We don't have the lower pick that we had.
Okay.
So that sucks.
Well, I mean, just more facts need to come out on this matter. That's the end of the day. It was just a kind of a he said, she said story right now. We just need to hear from more trustworthy people that actually had something to do with it rather than a player that was potentially hammered admitting to that was being even possible, as well as Dana White, the president of the UFC, who has no correlation whatsoever with football.
Yeah, I'm not trusting it unless it's from Schefter or Rappaport.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane. We're trusting Brian Flores. I mean, he's calling racism because he was a shitty coach. And we trust what he has to say.
He's a head coach. At least you're hearing the source from the former
Brady and Gronk were the players in the deal.
Gronk was retired.
How are they not?
Yeah, but how the hell was Dana White involved in?
Yeah, how did Dana White know
contracts? How does he know Al Davis?
He brokered the deal. What do you mean? Everyone knows who Dana White is.
Yeah, but what does he have to do with the Raiders? Why is he working for the Raiders?
The Raiders are in Vegas.
Well,
The
they were still in
UFC
Oakland at the
owns
time.
Vegas. Like they own Vegas.
They were still in Oakland at the time of the deal, though, if you're saying it was 2020. So
Yeah, but they were getting ready to move to Vegas, which is why that was the plan.
It's all hearsay.
Yeah, I mean, it still would have been interesting to see Brady and Gronk on the Raiders, and especially, I mean, they wouldn't have Devontae Adams right now, and they wouldn't have a lot of picks.
They
So
wouldn't have the defense they has either.
You're right. They're gonna be missing a first rounder.
So
Hey, speaking of Tua, though, y'all see him on the field at like 2:30 in the afternoon, grinding for the preseason game?
And he looked good in the game too. He didn't look bad at all.
Yeah, he's looking like a young Russell Wilson out there. Let's see if it carries onto the field in the regular season a few weeks from now. But hey, if he has control of that offense, they could win a few games.
yeah, I mean, preseason's kind of like it's good, but like realistically, Tua only played what, the first quarter?
Like a drive or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Not much.
And a lot of the times, like defensive players, like, yeah, they play, but not like every possession like they would be like in normal season, and people are sitting out. Like a lot of stars are sitting out preseason just for injury reasons. Like Jonathan Taylor's not playing in preseason, something like that. Michael Thomas now is out for the rest of the preseason. So it's hard to gauge on like how good your quarterback is in preseason. Like, oh, he dotted up like the Bills, like Josh Allen. Like, yeah, they're saying like he looked ridiculous the other night when they beat the Broncos 42-15. He threw the ball 3 times. Like, you can't really get a gauge on that.
Yeah, but there have been some standouts from the preseason.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of like the rookies and like guys that have something to prove or with a chip on their shoulder, rather than like the solidified, like, okay, like and for some reasons, like quarterback competitions, like just say Seattle, like Tua, for example, like he's not competing with anyone for a starting job. Like he's the starter for the Dolphins going into week 1. So they're just not going to take a chance on him playing a lot of the games. Rather, in some instances, like in Seattle or places where there are other QB competitions, they're playing like a quarter or something like that with a bunch of different people. They're rotating between the first team, second team, and third team, just so it's different looks, and so you can get comfortable with whatever QB is going to become starting week 1.
Yeah, how about the competition in Tennessee right now? Heating up between Tannehill and Malik Willis.
I mean, Willis looks good.
Pull it up.
I like Willis a lot. I think he's going to be like kind of like, I hate to
like a Lamar Jackson. He's got the arm for it too.
Yeah, he's going to be like a Lamar Jackson, but also like, can you be able to throw? I think a better description would be like, I hate to say it, especially with all the controversy, but like a fresh out of college Deshaun Watson.
I could see like Russell Wilson as well.
Yeah,
like that kind of player comp.
He's got he's pretty full size.
Yeah, and he's quick too. So,
yeah.
I mean, Tannehill is kind of old, and he's just like a straight up pocket passer. And a lot of the offense now is just kind of run through Derrick Henry. I mean, they lost AJ Brown to draft a receiver that's like AJ Brown, but is unproven. Robert Woods is a veteran wide receiver, but in terms of that, they need something else that's going to be like, oh shit, like instead of this Derrick Henry play action pass that Tannehill does every single time, like, okay, shotgun, Malik Willis, or in the pistol, like what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like he really needs to be developed. It seemed like he came when we first really heard of him at the combine, where he just showed off his freaking ability. Somehow he slipped to the 3rd round simply because he played at Liberty.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is going to be a stud. He's part of that young core that's going to be the future of the league. I didn't even know about it, but I read up on him. And did y'all know he transferred from Auburn to Liberty?
Yeah.
He was Stidham's backup, and then he lost the job to Bo Nix and ended up transferring.
Yep.
So I didn't know he played in the SEC.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't. He set the bench.
He played a little bit. No, he played a little bit for Auburn. He mainly ran.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. So.
Yeah, another big story. We're moving over to the MLB now. I don't know if you guys saw this video, but Marcell Ozuna was arrested for DUI basically the body cam footage came out, and he walks up to the car, and Ozuna rolls down the window, and he hands him this stuff. He goes, "I am Ozuna from the Braves." And bro, he got arrested. His first game back was today, and holy shit, did he get booed? It was insane, bro. It was nuts.
Yeah, I feel like Ozuna's time in the league is finally coming to an end. He hasn't done much in like the last 4 or 5 years. He got a World Series ring last year somehow, but he's just been like the 6-7 hitter on, whatever teams he's been on for the last few years, not really been productive at all. So,
well, I mean, when he first came over to the Braves, he was pretty productive. And like the problem was he started to get off the field trouble. So like domestic
he got
violence
arrested
shit.
for like what, domestic
now-
abuse like not too
Yeah.
long ago, about a year ago.
So he's got that, now the DUI. So the off the field drama is starting to get too much for the production he is putting out. So I don't see him lasting much longer in the MLB.
Yeah.
But hey, Mondo, I think tomorrow and Tuesday, my Mets got a series against your Yankees.
I know.
And tomorrow we got Scherzer on the bump. Tuesday, be DeGrom. And
Yep.
where the Yankees are playing, they're gonna need some magic.
Hey, we won today.
Yeah, you guys did
Back
win
off.
today. Got rid of Gallo, and everything just started to turn to shit.
I mean,
Now
you see
Gallo's
this guy?
Like, Gallo's the hero in LA. He's got a beard now. He doesn't have to shave every day.
The Mets
got-
are
he's got no
finally
head
doing
on
good,
anymore.
and this man's walking around like he's rocking 9 inches. Unbelievable. I mean, watch the Mets choke out of the playoffs like they always seem to do. It'll be hilarious because it's a tale as old as time.
Well, the Mets did slip the series to the Braves last week.
Oh, is
That's
that
not good.
so?
The Braves have been playing very good baseball, but what is there, about 40 games left in the season? Maybe less.
40,
Probably like a month and a half left of baseball.
yeah, like 40 to 50.
Yeah, so that is plenty of baseball games. I think if the Mets go 500, they're very well into the playoffs, and
So
he stays healthy.
let me break this down for you just so you can kind of gauge where you're at. So the Yankees, despite fucking around ever since June, still have an 8-game lead over the division. The Mets, who have been praised as the superstars of the MLB, the god tier team from the heavens, only has a 4-game lead and one more win than the Yankees do.
Well, they got the second most wins in baseball. So I mean, how much better can you get than I mean, the Dodgers are just way ahead of everyone. After them, that shelf is Mets, Yankees, Astros.
I mean, put Braves up there.
Braves
Braves are coming
Braves
for
have,
your
what,
ass,
75
bro.
wins? Yeah, the Braves
Yeah.
are rolling.
Look,
I hate to say it.
mean, the Yankees are pretty set. All they got to do is kind of coast and limp in. I don't want them to do that because that's fucking terrible. And I've seen how it works every single time. But you got the Braves on your ass. I wouldn't be big cocking it if I were you. You could still miss the playoffs. You could still miss the playoffs.
Miss the fucking playoffs. They're gonna have
It's
90
possible, bro.
No chance. There's zero chance that the Mets miss the playoff. That's
mean, it's possible.
No. Anything is possible. The Yankees could go 0-40 in their next 40 games and miss the playoffs.
Nah, that's not possible.
Oh, that's not possible.
I
But
mean,
the
it
Mets
starts
miss
with
the
an easy
playoffs.
2 wins to start off the week. That's for sure.
Easy. If you call DeGrom and Scherzer easy, I mean.
Look, if we pull away with 2 wins,
Toronto? How's getting swept by Toronto? Or almost swept?
we won.
Well, I mean, one.
I mean, how was getting swept by the Braves? I mean, that's got to suck.
We didn't get swept by the Braves.
Okay, well then there you go. Stop trying to big cock, bro. Your team's still irrelevant.
I'm not. You're just like shitting on the Mets right now. I'm not.
Because you walked in, schlong to the ground, thinking, "Oh yeah,
Look,
watch this. I'm gonna get Mondo on these Yankee takes."
we got 2 games in Yankee Stadium tomorrow and Tuesday. We'll talk on Wednesday. See who's the better team.
Sounds like a fucking plan.
We'll reassess.
I can't wait to wax both of your fucking aces. I'm so excited for this.
All right.
Okay. And then there's the Red Sox, who we don't need to talk about. They're back to their chamber of irrelevancy for a few years.
Yep.
Pod gets
hear
it. Pod gets it. He doesn't give a
I'm
shit.
fully focused into soccer season right now.
Hey, Mondo, random thought. I was just thinking about the kids' mullet championships. Do we know who won?
I'm not sure. Let me take a look.
I don't know if the thing was it the thing this weekend.
Well, no, it said the winner was going to be decided on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Ho ho ho.
You got the winner?
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my pick for the winner of the Mullet Championship, Mr. Emmett Bailey. He took home the dub, Mr. Stars and Stripes.
Oh, the Pit Vipers.
Winner.
Stripes?
Winner. Look at this man.
Wisconsin. Menomonee, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Where the fuck?
Congratulations to Emmett taking home $2,500.
That's where all the broke people live. Me no money.
You can update that mullet for the next year. Come back for the next year's championship. Bigger
Yeah.
and better.
Yep. So also I have an update on I actually have a video about the Little League World Series kid. I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for this or what, but I'm gonna show it anyway. Remember how ESPN was like, oh yeah, like he's up moving around, like he's he's doing good. Like, well, this is what he looks like, and ESPN is full of shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I don't want to show it all because I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
That is
But
very bad.
it's you hate to see it, and I kind of want to see the full story of like what exactly happened, but
Yeah, man.
that's so fucking
that's
unfortunate.
tragic. I mean, he probably just rolled over and just fell. That's terrible.
Hmm. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of keep seeing this develop. It's a horrible, horrible story. I mean, he is up and kind of moving around, but it's still looking pretty rough. So fast recovery to him. Hope his family's doing well. Prayers out to him.
Yeah, no, the Little League World Series is always such a great way to end the summer. So the fact that something like that happened is very tragic, but hopefully it doesn't take away from the product, which is always great on the field. These kids are going hard at it. I've seen so many dingers. That Hawaii team is massive. All of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
There's a couple kids that are questionable. They might be 14 or 15, sneaking in a fake birth certificate, but who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It
Honestly.
wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
I've seen it happen plenty of times, bro. There's just some kids come in 6'3", like 250, and they're like, yeah, I'm 12 years old. I can do that. Like, bro, what? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, or they're from like 5 towns over, and they're just like a crazy like phenom that's
Yeah.
recruited to play for that one summer. Doesn't even know where the Little League is.
I mean, hate to see it.
But hey, it's all for the love of the game.
That it is, Beav. That it is. So let's move on now to this week in sports history, where I give you guys a couple, facts from this week. So today is Usain Bolt's birthday. So happy birthday to him, Olympic GOAT, fastest man on the planet, just all around superstar, great person. Yeah, so that's today.
Like in his 30s now, I bet you could still lap. I mean, 99.99%.
100%.
of world-class sprinters.
Yeah. You still win.
So August 22nd, 1989, Nolan Ryan became the first pitcher ever with 5,000 Ks. So he's one of two that's ever done it.
Who's
yeah.
the other one? Randy Johnson?
No, Roger Clemens, I think.
Roger Clemens. Does that count?
I mean, yeah.
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 Man
I
won
think
what,
so.
7 Cy Youngs?
Yeah,
Give him credit.
I think it was Roger. Pretty sure it's Roger.
That's one of those guys that I wish I would have been able to see pitch.
Oh no, Roger didn't do it. He
Mhm.
got 4,600.
Then who did it?
That's a good question. Hold on. I'll be able to
I'm
tell.
gonna add that.
Oh,
to that.
okay. Nolan Ryan's the only one.
Oh wow.
He got 5,700.
Jeez.
Randy Johnson's in second with 4,875.
Damn.
So if that doesn't tell you how good he was, I mean, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
August 23rd, 1978. Mr. Kobe Bryant was born. Rest in peace. Absolute legend. Mamba mentality. But yeah, his birthday is August 23rd.
Shout out.
August 24th, 1989. That's the final one. Pete Rose is banned from the MLB for gambling on games.
Man, I wonder how long that suspension was. Oh wait.
It's still going. Bro, he was on like the Reds broadcast or something the other day, and someone tried to bring up the fact that like he has a sexual assault allegation, and Pete Rose is basically like, yeah, I'm not here to talk about that today, babe. That was in the past.
I think I saw that. That man does not give a single fuck about
Yeah,
it.
he doesn't.
He accepted his fate 30 years ago, and now he's just like living off of his autographs and memorabilia collection and whatnot.
He doesn't
Traveling around
care,
the country,
bro.
taking pictures.
Yeah.
He's got what 4,000 hits. He doesn't give a shit.
The hit king, unless you count Ichiro, but I don't.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead. We'll move into the snake draft. Today's snake
Also,
draft.
wait. How about Albert Pujols? He's almost at 700.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's got like well over 3,000 hits. That man is an absolute legend. He might be top 10 all time. Maybe top 5 hitters of all time.
I got a question though. Do we think that pitchers are kind of serving it up to him so he gets 700?
I think his hand speed is so quick. Like he's been doing this for, I mean, fresh out since he was out of the womb. Like man knows how to hit a home run. Like it's nothing. So
okay.
Second nature to him at this point. He's just swinging as hard as he can now because he's so old.
Well, the only reason I bring that up is going into the All-Star break, he is one of the worst hitters in baseball.
Yeah, he had like.
And now afterwards, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. Like out of nowhere.
I think the home run derby gave him some juice.
Yeah.
I must have. I guess so.
Or he's just getting into the rhythm. He got out of his slump and just returned to his old form.
Yeah. The Cardinals are decent too, so we might see some Albert Pujols playoff moments this year, which would be very special.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely something to look out for. Number 700 for Albert. Absolute legend of the game. Everyone, I feel like, loves him. I don't think he really has many haters. No. But, yeah, so with that, unless you guys have anything else, we can move into the snake draft.
Let's do it.
I'm excited for this one.
All right, today's snake draft is the most underrated draft. So take that as you wish. Interpret it as you kind of need to. I won the last draft, the most overrated draft. So I picked today's order. Today's order will go Hod number 1, Beav number 2, myself number 3. So with that, Hod, floor is yours.
I think one of the most underrated thing, again, it's a list where I have like a bunch of things, but I don't have a standout one. So I'm just like kind of freeballing it in terms of like where these picks will go in terms of where I draft them. But I think one of the most underrated things on the world, and it's crucial for your day, is a nice hearty breakfast. A lot of people skip breakfast because they're busy. Just go with a cup of coffee on their way to work. But a nice breakfast, whether it's just like an egg sandwich or like a bagel with cream cheese, it slaps. Or you go like the full 10 yards and get like an omelet or treat yourself. But breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's most nutrition, keep you up, and a lot of people sleep on it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Beav?
So my first pick for the underrated draft. This has got to be when you wake up earlier than normal and you check your alarm clock and you realize that you still have another 2 or 3 hours of sleep and you can go back to sleep comfortably and wake up, refreshed and ready to take on the day. I don't know. There's just something about waking up and still having time left to sleep that's just so relieving because you never want to get out of bed in the morning. So that feeling is very, very underrated. It doesn't happen a lot. So
Yeah, I feel you on that. That happened to me Friday. I woke up at like 5 a.m. and realized, oh wait, I don't have to get up till 8. It was nice.
So yeah, it's a good one. So my first
but
thing,
it's also go ahead, Mondo. I was just gonna say it's a fine line because you could end up waking up late and then just completely fuck up the rest of your day.
I mean, yeah, that's also very true. So one of the first things that comes to mind, underrated, is taking, you get home from school and you take a nap and you wake up and dinner's ready for you. One of the best feelings in the world. You didn't have to do anything to have it ready. You wake up, you check your phone, you have that text, dinner's ready. Just an A1 feeling.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hold on 1 sec. I always have to type this in first. Next, I am gonna go. So I know how last episode I talked about how Thomas Edison was very overrated. Now I'm gonna flip this around here. I'm gonna choose Nikola Tesla. Let me explain. This man created the AC system, which led to the discovery of lasers, X-rays, radar, wireless communication, and robotic technology. He didn't get credit for any of these and died broke.
Wow.
That sucks.
I didn't
He
know he died
also
broke.
he also put a lot of effort into sustainable energy and did not get credited for inventing the light bulb when he actually did. So there's the spin zone from the last draft. Mr.
Icon.
Tesla.
Nice.
All right. My next pick in the underrated draft. I don't know. You could be in the shower, could have just jumped in the pool, the ocean. You get out and you're like, why is my hearing limited? Because you got water in your ear. You're shaking your head. You look like an idiot. You feel like an idiot. But then you feel like that last bit of water just like kind of go back in your ear. It feels like nice and warm and you got no water in your ear anymore. You can hear clearly again. Man, that's a good feeling. We've all been there. That's a great feeling. Very underrated.
Yeah. My next pick, it's kind of more a feeling than an object, but I'm gonna roll with it anyway because this feeling, like, it low key just like you appreciate it so much when it happens, but you don't even plan on it happening. It is the feeling when the song you're playing in your car ends perfectly when you get to your destination.
Yes.
It's just like a little satisfactory, like, fuck yeah.
That
Like you
happens like
timed it, like,
more times than you think.
yeah, exactly. So it's just like, or like there's like 10 seconds left in the song and you like pull in the park and you're just like, yeah. And
Yeah.
you turn off the car, like the feeling is nice.
It sets the
Yeah.
vibe. Like when you walk out of the car, you're still feeling that, like you're in that.
Yeah,
mood.
exactly. You get to listen to the whole song rather than like a song that just came on that you're like, shit, I love this song now, and I don't get to listen to it, and it just
Yeah.
ends perfectly, full circle for your trip. So that's my first pick, or my second pick. My third pick is a slept on delicacy that I feel like not many people know about. These people that don't know about this are uncultured, and I definitely recommending trying this absolutely delicious delicacy, Shvoyadel.
Maron.
It's beautiful. People don't even know how to pronounce it, let alone spell it, let alone know how it tastes.
The
So,
gabagool.
but I bet you guys can agree with me. It's pretty slept on. Like you
Yeah.
never go with an intention, but if you see it on the menu or you see it somewhere, you're like, damn, like might get this, and then it always hits.
Also, an elite word for any spelling bee.
Yeah.
Beav, I kind of want to hear you try and spell it.
I was just like trying to in my head. I felt like I was so wrong.
Well, I knew like going into it today, I was like, oh, this is like slept on. I put it in my phone. I put I put S-Del because I didn't know. I was too lazy to like look up that actual spelling,
I feel like it has
let
like
alone
3
type it
F's.
into Google and just be like, how do you spell this?
I just gotta have like 2 F's, like 2 L's, 2 E's.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want the spelling?
Maybe a Z. Is there a Z in there?
No. So it's SFOGLIATELLE.
Spoglie. I don't even know.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's very weird, but that's how you do it in like proper Italian.
yeah. Sfogliatelli.
They're different over there.
Yeah. But either way, it's
All
underrated.
right. So my next pick is going to be when you get a larger than normal bowl at Chipotle. You know, sometimes you get a smaller bowl and you're like pissed leaving the restaurant. It just sucks.
Yeah.
You finish your meal and you're like still kind of hungry. But there's
Yeah.
those rare occasions where, you know, you're just on the same wavelength with the person making your food. They put in an extra scoop of rice, an
Yup.
extra scoop of chicken. They load you up with all the toppings, and then you're like, okay, like this is gonna be a meal.
Yeah, that was literally on my list, like getting extra like scoops of something at a restaurant where you don't ask for it, like extra guac and shit at Chipotle is like a perfect
Yeah,
example.
it's like they don't
yeah,
have to, but
I
like
appreciate this.
it's like they could tell that you're hungry, or like they could tell that you just want to eat.
Exactly, which makes it even more special.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 2 picks here. So the first one, if you've ever been listening to a song and then you're just kind of doing something and you end up doing something cool unintentionally on a beat drop, I mean, you feel like the biggest badass on the planet, right? Like,
Yeah,
you throw something in the trash and then boom, as soon as you make it in, like shit like that. It's very underrated. It's such a great feeling when it happens, and definitely worth the pick.
Yeah, but it has to be unintentional. Like if you're like trying to do something like
yeah, like
Then you
you're
just look
trying to
like
like
an
water
asshole.
bottle flip.
yeah,
Yeah,
Then you look like it has to be unintentional.
it has to be natural.
Mhm. And then the next, because people don't necessarily like doing it, I enjoy it. Something that, I don't know, people may or may not do, but sipping a cold beer after a long day is one of the most underrated feelings ever in my eyes. There's always people like, oh, watching TV, doing all this other stuff once you get home. But like, when I get home and I just crack open, Miller Lite, a Bud Light, I can just sit there and sip on it. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. All right, so I'm up with my last one.
No, you have 2 more.
Oh, okay. So my next one is gonna be knowing that you did well on a test, because it just makes everything so much easier. You're not stressing about results. You know that you just went in there and killed it. Doesn't matter if it was easy. It's even more rewarding if it was hard. But that uneasy feeling after a test is one of the worst feelings you could have. That like day, 2 day, sometimes even longer wait to get your grade back. You're just anxious. But if you know you killed it, it's just such an underrated, like relieving feeling that I personally wish I could have more of.
yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is another feeling, but I don't know. This feeling is kind of just like you don't appreciate it for the feeling, you appreciate it for what you're getting. But opening like a package or something in the mail that like you're expecting, like that feeling like, oh fuck yeah, I came in, let's
Yeah.
go, and then opening it and seeing like the shirt, the shoes, like the object you got or whatever it is, and you're just like, yeah, like that whole sensation is kind of like underrated. So
It's a
that's
good one.
my
that is
first
good.
pick. My second pick, or my last pick, is I think the first athlete that has been said for underrated. This man was mentioned earlier in the episode today, but Anthony Richardson. Keep sleeping on my fucking boy. He's gonna prove all the haters wrong. Not listed in top
Speaking on
5
Florida.
SEC quarterbacks. He's got something to prove, and he's gonna prove it in a big way. So keep sleeping on my boy. Watch out, Utah. You're fucked.
Yeah, and y'all see all the recruits that are supposed to be in attendance at that Florida Utah game.
Yeah,
I mean, people are writing the Gators off because they're playing a top 10
exactly.
preseason ranked team from the Pac-12. Like that doesn't mean jack shit.
Yeah,
They're coming to the swamp. Billy's first game, he's gonna pull some tricks out of his sleeve.
exactly. And
Richardson's gonna ball out. We got some starters
100%.
returning.
yeah,
I mean, our offense has to be better than it was last year, defense included. Like
yeah.
people are
He was.
sleeping on the Gators.
I saw like a stat today that Anthony Richardson has only completed like 33 passes in his career at UF so far. And Napier, some reporter asked Napier that, and Napier said like, yeah, it's great that he has completed 33 passes. The greats complete 33 passes in a game, let alone your career. And with Richardson, I can see him doing that a lot this year. And his growth has been tremendous. So keep
There we
riding
go.
him off. Like keep talking about Will Levis, Hendon Hooker, Bryce Young in the SEC. Watch out for Richardson. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
we know
agree.
he can run. If he can just stay in the pocket, go through his reads, and just
Not
make
even
smart
that. Like he
decisions
can
on the
make a
field.
play out of anything, bro.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
run.
but he doesn't have to make a play out of everything.
Exactly. That's what I hope he brings
do
to
what
Utah.
that.
And I'm excited to see him week 1. Watch the Gators absolutely stomp on Utah in the swamp.
Yeah, AR is very underrated.
Yep.
So my final pick is gonna be hitting that perfect tee shot in golf.
I like that one. Yeah.
Great. Could be a fade or a draw whenever you see it. Just
Yeah.
coming back.
I like
The
that
second
one.
you hit it, most of the time, if it's a perfect tee shot, the second you hit it, you know it's gonna be good.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a good one.
The next shot might not be good, but it's that perfect shot that keeps you coming back.
Especially a golfer like me who shoots constantly in like the mid 90s, where it's just like a lot of my drives are in the rough or like right or like a slice. And it's
Yeah.
just like that one or two shots, the tee shots that you're just like, as soon as you like hit it, you're like, you look at it and then pick up the tee and you're like, fuck yeah.
That's what makes it addicting because you just want to feel that again
Yeah.
over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good pick. So to wrap up this draft, an underrated feeling, just getting complimented, whether it's, oh, you dress nice or you smell good, any kind of compliment that gets thrown your way, gives you a little smile, the little feeling in your stomach. It's always such a nice feeling to have. And, it's definitely underrated. People should be
facts.
complimenting more.
Guys don't get complimented enough. This should pertain only to guys. Girls get complimented way they get enough compliments a day from their friends, like whoever.
Yeah, I feel that.
All right. So, Had, you took breakfast. When the song ends right at the destination, Schwoedel, Maron. Opening a package you ordered, and Anthony Richardson. Beav, you took waking up early and getting to go back to sleep. Getting water out of your ear, larger than normal Chipotle bowl, doing well on a test, hitting a perfect tee shot. I took dinner's ready text when you wake up from a nap, Nikola Tesla, doing something cool unintentionally right on a beat drop, sipping a cold beer after a long day, and getting complimented. Hot, honorable mention, floor is yours.
Yeah, so I had 3. I had more than 3, but 3 I'll go into. I'll kind of just vary them because I had a lot of food ones on my list, and then I had a lot of other ones, so I'll try to vary it up. Creme brulee is an honorable mention. I feel like not enough people have experienced the delicacy of creme brulee, and creme brulee I can say is like honestly one of my favorite desserts. But You got to know how to make it right. Another one. Now, this one I could get criticized for, but I personally, for someone that played soccer for 14 years, ran track for 4 years, played basketball for 7 years, the feeling sucks for the first 20 seconds, but you feel so much better after it. Ice baths.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are pretty underrated because they work wonders for your legs in rehab. And then my last one is Visa gift cards, because it's basically like cash. And sometimes you run out of cash and like, oh shit, I have a Visa gift card. It's basically like you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And it doesn't even show up on your bank account statement. So it's nice.
Yeah, unless you got like, I don't know, like $8 left and you can't buy a meal that's $9 and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like you have like like you just got given a Visa gift card. And you're like,
Oh
okay.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. All right, I just got a notification on my phone that Giants kicker Graham Gano is ruled out with a concussion.
Nice.
I don't know how that is even possible,
Nice.
but that's the first kicker concussion that I've ever heard of. Get well soon. We need you for the season. Graham Gano's a great kicker. But my honorable mentions, the first one's popping a pimple. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's just satisfying. Like, it might be a little gross, but like when it's your own pimples, it's less gross. It's like pretty satisfying. Looking at the stars on a clear night, very underrated. Especially if you live in like a densely populated area, you just get like no stars at all. When a dog likes you the best out of the friend group or any other animal, and then scratching that hard to get spot.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
That's a
finally
great
getting
one.
I had
like your lower back, your like upper
Yeah.
back, you just can't get it. You got to use
Yeah.
both
You're like,
arms.
yeah, you don't know which way to attack it. You finally
Exactly.
do it.
Yeah, I had two. When you don't feel good and you throw up and you immediately feel better, that post throw up, you feeling a lot better than you did before.
Yeah,
Can be sickness, can be hangovers, but either way, like you feel better after.
got the glassy eyes and everything.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one is the joy of donating $800 to a Nigerian prince to build a school.
No better.
So-
Yeah.
You feel like a Nigerian prince yourself.
yeah, you just feel incredible, man. It's such a good feeling.
Yeah, touche.
So yeah, pretty short episode today. Honestly, thank God my head is throbbing, so I'm probably gonna go to bed. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to vote on Twitter, like, comment, subscribe, share it to everyone. Really does help. We've been seeing, slow improvements on the amount of subscribers we get. Watch it on YouTube, Spotify, both if you're a real big fan. But we'll see you guys on Wednesday, and see ya.
Peace.
Yeah.